Friends, welcome you all to another video. And as you people are not joining to our online live lectures, I have decided to record the lectures and post on your Google Classroom. So this is until offline lecture starts until our college reopen after the COVID-19 pandemic. So as you know that we have started two kinds, that is the short story by Amitan, and this story actually deals with the mother-daughter relationship, and it also have a great concern with the notion of American dream. And because of the American dream, that you need only some spark in you, you need something in you, that you can spark out it, and that you if you have some prodigy, you will become a successful person. So that was the idea of a mother, and she wanted that her daughter should also become like a prodigy, she also become a successful child or successful person in her life. So that was the thing we have seen, and now we are at the end now of the story, that how her mother wanted to make her something like Shiri Temple. After that, she wanted to make her a very talented child by doing a lot of exercises, word like puzzles and all of the games. So after that, she thought that her child should play on piano, and after that, a public performance, and there was a little bit quarrel where Nikan said her mother that she doesn't want to be her daughter, and she said that she never thought to, after the birth she must have died like her half sisters, half twin sisters. And after that, her mother, she was actually gave up to make her prodigy. She has gave up all the things. So up to it, I think we have seen. So now we are going to end this at the end of this short story. So maybe in this lecture we are going to end it. So now I'm reading, and then I will explain. So it was only disappointment my mother felt me inside, because actually she got the habit that every time her mother yelled her mother beat her mother forced her. But this disappointment makes her, that treatment makes her disappointment. She despair about that behavior of her mother. So in the year that followed, I failed her many times, each time asserting my will, my right to fall short of expectation. So the year that followed, again her mother tried her best to make her to do something best, but again she didn't want to fulfill the expectations of her mother. I didn't get straight A's, I didn't become class president, I didn't get into Stanford, I dropped out of college. So every time she just thought that I don't want to do anything, only that she doesn't want to meet the expectations of her mother. She just want to, that defeat her mother. So therefore she was defeating herself. So she didn't get anything. She didn't make a class president, even she has to drop out from the college. So unlike my mother, I did not believe I could be anything I wanted to be. I could only be me. So she was totally opposed her mother's view that she can do anything if she want to do. But actually, Nikan wanted to be only her. She doesn't want to change into something different personality. She wanted that how she is. She wanted only that person. And for those years, we never talked about the disaster at the recital or my terrible declaration afterwards at the piano bench. So after many years, they never talk about that incident. After that public failure, public performance failure, and then the terrible declaration that she never wanted to be her daughter, or she wanted to die at when she was born. So they will never talk about that. Neither of us talk about it again, and they will not talk about that, as if it were a betrayal that was now unspeakable. So I never found a way to ask her why she had hoped for something so large that failure was inevitable. And even worse, I never asked her about what frightened me the most. So actually, she was betrayal, she was deceiving her mother, and she doesn't want to speak on that. So that part was unspeakable for both of them. And then she never found a way to ask her why she had hoped for something so large. That failure was inevitable. So she never think that she should ask her mother that why she wanted her to do something different, why she wanted to make her something popular or something extraordinary person. She never find out the way to ask her, because every time whenever she tried to make her something different, it was a failure that was inevitable. So they cannot that escape from the failure. So therefore she didn't ask that to her mother. And again, she didn't talk her about why she was very frightened. Okay, so there was a frightening thing. She was fearing something, and she has not shared it with her mother. So why had she given up hope? Actually, she didn't want to tell her mother that what was the thing that she has given all the hopes for becoming a popular person or becoming a successful person. For after our struggle at the piano, she never mentioned my playing again. So after that struggle, her mother never talked that she should work on piano or she should also practice of piano. They never talk. She never talked. She never mentioned me my playing again. The lesson stopped. So after that quarrel, actually, the Nikan's lesson of piano at most it was stopped. The lid to the piano was closed, shutting out the dust, my misery, and my dreams. So it was totally shut down after that quarrel in the dust, and actually, all her misery, all her dreams were also closed. So she surprised me. A few years ago, she offered to give me the piano for my 13th birthday. So when she was become a 13 years old, her mother, then she offered that piano to her. I had not played in all those years. I saw the offer was a sign of forgiveness, a tremendous burden removed. So when she became the 13 years old, when her mother wanted to give her that piano as a gift, then the burden, the tremendous burden of guiltiness on Nikan, it was recovered, it was removed, and she saw that it is a sign of forgiveness. And then she said, "Are you sure?" I asked Shirley. "I mean, won't you and Dad miss it?" "No, this is your piano," she said firmly. "Always your piano. You only one can play." And when Nikan asked her mother that whether she and her dad will miss that piano, the mother replied that actually that piano belonged to her and only she can play that. "So well, I probably can't play anymore," I said. It has been yours. You pick up fast," my mother said. And when she rejected to receive that, but her mother said that it has been yours, and she pick up fast, as if she knew this was certain. "You have natural talent. You could be genius if you want to." And then again her mother said that you have a natural talent, and if you will also become a genius, she can become a genius if she want. That her mother said. But again she said that no, I couldn't. And then mother said, "You just not trying." Her mother said that you are not trying, and she was neither angry nor sad. She said it as if announcing a fact that could never be disapproved. And actually it was a fact. A mother said the fact, because every time whenever Nikan wanted to play the piano, she never tried. Okay, she just want to ignore it. She just want to she just want to oppose it. She doesn't try her best to play the piano, and that was the real thing. That was the real fact, and therefore she cannot or anyone cannot disapprove. Take it, she said. But I didn't at first. But she didn't take it. It was enough that she had offered it to me. And after that, every time I saw it in my parents' living room, standing in front of the bay window, it made me feel proud, as if it were a shiny trophy that I had won back. So she never had take it. So it was very enough that her mother has offered that, and that she thought that it is a real trophy for her. This is the real good thing. And whenever she saw that piano in the living room of her parents, standing in front of the window, she felt very proud about that, because she think that it was the shiny trophy she had won. So last week I sent a tuner over to my parents' apartment and had the piano reconditioned for purely sentimental reasons. So now the narrator of the narrator of the story, that is Nikan, came to the last point and the recent happening of this story. So she said that recently Okay, she has sent one person, the tuner, to recondition that piano because she has a very pure sentimental reasons. So her mother had died. My mother had died a few months before, and I had been vacating things in order for my father, a little bit at a time. I put the jewelry in special silk purchase. The sweaters I put in moth-proof boxes. I found some old Chinese silk dresses, the kind with little slits up the sides. I rubbed the old silk against my skin and then wrapped them in tissue and decided to take them home with me. So after the death of her mother, she was getting so many things as her father told her to take those things. So she got the jewelry. Then she also takes some special silk pouches, sweater, mouthproof boxes. She also found some Chinese old silk dresses, and she rubbed those dresses on that, and she decided to take those dresses with her. After I had the piano turn, I opened the lid and touched the keys. So when she come to the piano and she decided to take it to her, she opened the lid of the piano and first time she touched the keys, it sounded even richer that I remember. So whenever she was touching the keys, it sounded very richer, even though she has not actually practiced or she has not played piano, but it was a very good piano. Now, after when she became a womanhood, okay, when she embraced the womanhood, she came to know that actually that piano was very good piano. The quality of that piano was very rich. So inside the bench were the same exercise notes with handwritten scales. So inside the bench there were the same notes were there, handwritten scales were there, and it was long ago it was there. The same second-hand music books with their covers held together with yellow tape. So second-hand music books were there. Okay, so she just opened up the Schumann book to the dark little piece I had played at that recital. It was on the left hand page, Pleading Child. It looked more difficult than I remember. Then, actually, she opened that book and she recalled that the Pleading Child was the music actually she has recited in the public performance, and now she think that it is very difficult because at that time she remember, but now as a grown up woman, she found that it is very difficult. But when she was child, when she was just 7 years old, she could remember all the things. But even though she made a mistake at when she was 7 years old, but now I played a few bars, surprised at how easily the notes came back to me. And when now she was playing on it, and she was surprised that she was playing very nicely. She was playing correctly, and for the first time, or so it seemed, I noticed the piece on the right hand side. It was called Perfectly Contented. I tried to play this one as well. It had a lighter melody but with the same flowing rhythm and turned out to be quite easy. Pleading Child was shorter but slower. Perfectly Contented was longer but faster, and after I had played them both a few times, I realized that they were two wholes of the same song. So when she played these two music, and then she realized that these are the two wells, these are the two uh, sides of the same song, and then she realized that actually she was really perfect in piano. And then she said that actually already the prodigy of something doing something different was inside her, but she has never tried, she has never think of it, and that was the thing. So guys, I hope that you understood the last part of this short story. And again, in the next lecture, I am going to little bit analyze this short story, and then I will put a question on our Google Classroom. And again, don't forget to, now it is not a live lecture, so don't forget to fill up your attendance form at the Google Classroom. So thank you for watching. We will meet in the next lecture.